Privacy Act. Invasion of privacy is more like it. Telecommunications Security and Privacy Act. Invasion of privacy is more like it. Invasion of privacy is more like it. It was not the first step to the surveillance society, it is the surveillance society. It was not the first step to the surveillance society, it is the surveillance society. Pass a law that lets the government point a camera and a microphone at anything they damn
don't care who bangs who, what cabinet officers get stoned, but this is the richest, most powerful nation on earth, and therefore the most hated. And you and I know what the average citizen does not, that we are at war 24 hours of every day.
Yeah.
That their cell phone was being used to track them by an ex-husband or an abuser that they're trying to escape.
Well, the same technology that allows 911 to find you in an emergency can lead a stalker to your precise location.
Curtis J. shows how the technology is leading local women and organizations to make changes to keep safe.
You send a text, you make a call, you travel. The details can silently be sent to a third party without you knowing it. So how does this happen? It turns out there's an app for that. Technology. It's here to help and put you in danger. All over the country, reports of stalkers getting their victims unknowingly by simply using a cell phone.
Suddenly, he broke into her apartment. She didn't know how he found her, but given what's going on technologically, you just never know anymore.
Sharon Katz works with women daily who tell her stories of falling victim to high-tech stalking, stories where stalkers see their every move, when they're online, who they're talking with, their exact location at all times.
We had a client who went in to get her car serviced, and the mechanic said, "Do you know you have a GPS device down here under the car?" And she had no idea.
Most disturbing, her lifeline was his invisible leash.
Several clients that have found out that their cell phone was being used to track them by an ex-husband or an abuser that they're trying to escape.
High-tech stalking is now putting local abuse shelters where Sharon works at risk. It is happening here and everywhere.
Women die. Women die, and for those women that do end up in the morgue, they are usually in the process of leaving.
In Arizona, Lori Latif was leaving. Her husband, Andre, accused of shooting their two young children before turning the gun on himself. He survived. The kids did not. And in Washington, James Harrison killed his kids, then himself, after stalking his wife. Both men used the GPS in their wives' cell phones.
Want to know where your kids are right now?
AT&T markets a family map service as a safety tool to whoever is paying the bill. From a web browser or another phone, it displays a very accurate GPS fix with the map and satellite view. If the target is indoors, Family Map determines their rough coordinates using the nearest cell tower.
It's just amazing how people can be found now.
Police use GPS to track criminals, but they have to get a warrant or a signed release. A husband paying the bill needs no such authorization to track his wife, even if they're separated. Turning off the phone does not disable GPS tracking. That's why it is so important to take out the battery and SIM card. For other safety tips regarding GPS and stalking, go to NBCActionNews.com and click on Lifestyle. For NBC Action News, Curtis J.
I see y'all.
Something strange is happening in stores these.
Now, see, like I said, that's just one form of stalking, y'all. You know what I mean? That's just one form of a way to stalk. They can use your cell phones, and of course they use electronics to get you, but trust me, there's other ways of how they doing this shit. You know what I mean? As you can see, the lady said that they had a GPS inside her vehicle. That could be true. I don't know what the fuck is on my car. It could be something on it. I never got it expected to find out. It's easy. It don't take nothing. You gotta go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? If you in the house, you watching TV or whatever, you're not you're not monitoring your shit all the time. It don't take nothing for somebody to just go ahead and just play something on your car. You know what I mean? But as far as with me, I know how they doing me, man. Like I said, they bounce the signals off my head. You know what I mean? It's I don't know how many people out there that's receiving that that's getting hit over the head with frequencies. But that's another way that's how I know for a fact I'm being chipped. You know, whether it's the cell, I know, and like I said before, I know that they use the technology I believe they use the cell phones and, excuse me, anything else, any other type of frequency, Wi-Fi signal or whatnot, to bounce it off your head. That's what they can do. That's what I'm talking about. They just bounce the frequency off your head. And that's what creates the tinnitus. That's what creates the tinnitus. So it's all types of forms of stalking. All types of forms. As far as this type of stalking right here, what they were going through, that might not be gang stalking, but that's still another form of stalking. Just like it's different forms of mind control. You know what I mean? You know, you got MK Ultra mind control. Believing in Santa Claus is mind control. Believing in shit that's outside yourself, you know what I mean, is mind control. You know what I mean? Believing in these bullshit ass religions that they gave you, you know what I mean, is mind control. Being indoctrinated with false information is mind control. So it's different forms of mind control, it's different forms of stalking. You got electronic stalking, which what that was, because they using cell phones and Wi-Fi signals and shit, and then and of course gang stalking is another form of electronic stalking as well, which is on a higher level. You know what I mean? Because gang stalking is electronic technology, but at the same time that shit is mixed up with some fucking witchcraft as well. You know what I mean? Because this shit we talking about, this shit is it's CIA, FBI, and you already know that the government been doing witchcraft on the population for fucking years. And if you don't know that by now, you are the victim of witchcraft.